tonight. Voters in Osun State troop out to choose their next governor in an election that has been described as peaceful. Police arrest 3 people for alleged vote buying and selling. Tussle over ownership of the Labour Party pitches the NLC president Ayuba Waba against the party's national chairman Abdulsalami Abdulkadri. President Muhammadu Buhari departs Abuja tomorrow for New York to participate in the 73rd UN General Assembly. And at least 25 people killed after an attack on a military parade in Iran. State leaders accuse US-backed Gulf states of being behind the incident.
Business news tonight. Shareholder group reacts to Skybank takeover announcement by the Central Bank of Nigeria as Nigerian Stock Exchange suspends trading on its shares.
And on sports news tonight, the Tigers of Nigeria get off their campaign at the 2018 FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup with an 86-68-point loss to Australia.
Voters trooped out to choose their governor for the next 4 years in an election adjudged to have been conducted under a peaceful atmosphere and with little hitches. Altogether, 48 political parties presented candidates for the governorship poll, with over 1.6 million voters registered for the election. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) says out of 1.6 million voters, 1,246,915 of them picked up their permanent voter cards. The exercise was scheduled to hold in 3,010 polling units across the 30 local government areas of the state. According to the electoral umpire, 755 voting points were set up with 332 registration areas in all the polling units. INEC says it deployed 4,700 card readers for the exercise, while 9 international and 40 local observers were accredited to monitor the election. And while the result of the Osun governorship election is being expected, local and international observers have been speaking on the conduct of the polls so far. From security to the critical issue of vote buying, they say today's exercise is an improvement on past elections conducted by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). Our correspondent Chris Elems has the rest of the story.
The Osun governorship election gets off on a sound note, and the residents are out in their numbers. INEC appears to have put its best foot forward, as ad hoc staff are at their various places of assignment as early as possible, ready to hit the ground running. And the voters are glad about this.
The atmosphere has been very friendly. By 7 o'clock, all our polling units are set and our people are ready. People turnout too is high. They came early.
Standing by are local and foreign observers who are around to watch proceedings.
This morning, 2 individuals were arrested with large sum of money. Not just being suspicious, we had intelligence and we met them making preparation to give this money and buy votes from people. The electoral law of 2011 as amended give us the authority to get those. There are we call them offenses on election day. And offenses on election day under this 2011 electoral laws as amended says anybody who tries to canvass and influence anyone to vote the contrary is guilty of that section of the law.
While the entire voting process was almost hitch-free, an incident of vote buying is reported by the DIG Joshua Kabila.
I think that the state of Osun was ready. The state of Osun have demonstrated ability to abide by the rules. And so far we've seen a very exciting and encouraging behavior in terms of people coming out to exercise their franchise, cast their votes, and be part of those who will enthrone democratic governance and governance in this part of the country.
The voters show very keen interest as the votes are counted. Continuous voter education, awareness and sensitization campaigns. The result is a smooth electoral process. What remains is a result that should reflect the wills of the people. From Ile-Ife, Osun State, Crystal Ems, Channels Television News.
Some of the main candidates that participated in the Osun election have been talking about the conduct of the exercise after casting their votes. Some of them adjudged the process as peaceful, while others expressed concerns about the card readers. Our correspondent Larry Lasisi has this report.
It is perhaps the most anticipated governorship race in the history of Osun State, with the largest number of contestants ever witnessed, 48. After several weeks of slugging it out in the field, their popularity is now put to the test. From Ward 2, Unit 9, Shagba, Abogunde area of Ede North local government area, where the candidate of the PDP, Senator Ademola Adeleke, voted, the exercise is adjudged as peaceful, but the PDP flag bearer is not perfectly satisfied with aspects of the election.
So far so good, it's going on well, but I hope the card reader works, because it took a long process before the card reader started working. So I hope the card reader will work, but so far so good, it's been peaceful.
And in More, polling unit of Ife, where the Social Democratic Party chairman, Senator Iola Omishore, voted, the story is similar. He perhaps has more complaints about the process and has someone to blame for it.
But there are complaints everywhere. No card reader, nothing. If it's out, no materials up to now. Also go for no material, no card reader. Yeah. Fake policemen in APC thugs arrested, struggling to buy votes, trying to give you 2,000 naira. So these are the issues that, except INEC addresses this issue promptly and urgently, we will lose confidence in the process.
The APC candidate thinks otherwise. At Popo High School in Iragbiji, where Mr. Oyetola voted, he described the voting process as smooth and hitch-free.
People are coming around to cast the votes without any intimidation. It's not difficult for accreditation. I did mine within a few seconds or minutes. So the process is good. The card reader is working very well, perfectly well. There's been no issue. The law enforcement agencies are doing their job. People are very peaceful here.
His principal and the governor, Rauf Aregbesola, appears to be in tune with Mr. Oyetola.
From the observation here, people are calm, the climate is cool, and the process is smooth.
Well, different reactions there from different candidates, and it's certain that more reactions will continue to flow in. The next few hours will, however, be very crucial, as all eyes will be on the Independent National Electoral Commission when the final outcome of this exercise is announced. Lanre Lasese, Channels Television News.
We're keeping our eyes on the Osun elections, and we'll be giving you more updates as soon as we get them. But to other political stories now, there's a big question begging for answers in Nigeria's political circle as the 2019 elections draw nearer. And the question is, who owns the Labour Party in Nigeria? The leadership of the Nigeria Labour Congress, headed by Mr. Ayuba Waba, and the national chairman of the party, Mr. Abdulsalami Abdulkadri, are both laying claims to the ownership of the party. While Mr. Waba is holding on to the party certificate of registration, it is Mr. Abdulsalami's name that is recognized by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, as the national chairman of the party.
It is almost 1 year since the controversial special convention of the Labour Party was held on October the 3rd, 2017. That convention divided the Labour Party, as both Mr. Mike Omotosho and Mr. Abdulsalami Abdulkadiri emerged as factional chairmen of the party. Since then, the duo of Omotosho and Abdulsalami have both functioned independently as chairmen of the party, with Omotosho operating from the headquarters of the Nigeria Labour Congress and Abdulsalami from the headquarters of the Labour Party in Abuja. Nigeria go better. of the former governor of Ondo State to the Labour Party in June this year appears to have aggravated this infighting between Ayuba Waba and Abdusalami Abdulkadiri.
NEC also noted the attempt to try to forcefully take over the party, including the role of individuals, especially Dr. Olusegun Mimiko and the former chairman of Labour Party, Comrade A.A. Salam.
Nigerian workers and the trade unions have severally advised Ayuba Waba in our previous press statement to focus on his role as president of the Nigeria Labour Congress, that the Nigeria Labour Congress is not and cannot be the owners of Labour Party.
The NLC president has consistently maintained that the union owns the Labour Party, displaying its certificate of registration to journalists at this conference, even though it is the name of Abdusalami Abdulkadiri that is recognized by INEC as the national chairman of the party.
Section 221 of the 1999 Constitution, as amended, prohibits any association, any organization from contributing to the funds of any political party. It is a criminal offense under Section 15 of the Trade Union Act to use trade union funds directly or indirectly to fund a political party.
We also make bold to say that the party is registered by trade unions, i.e. NLC and TUC, our civil society allies, market women, students and artisans, to provide a platform that is quite different and distinct from other political platforms.
It is less than 5 months to the general elections next year, and as politicians seek platforms to actualize their political aspirations, it is both necessary and urgent that this standoff is addressed in order to prevent what could result in a post-election crisis within the Labour Party next year.
Comrade President, sir.
5 governorship aspirants of the Kaduna State chapter of the People's Democratic Party have passed a vote of no confidence on the state party chairman, Hassan Ayat, over his alleged support for one of the aspirants. They claim that the state party chairman has demonstrated open bias in the entire process and therefore is not capable of organizing a transparent primary.
By the party chairman to surreptitiously voice the preferred candidate using a certain group called Southern Kaduna Stakeholders Chairman Forum. This act is capable of destabilizing the party and its prospects in the 2019 polls and undermining the efforts of the aspirants to find consensus among themselves. In view of the above, the forum humbly requests the national leadership of our great party to take full charge of the party activities in the state in order to rescue the situation and restore confidence of majority of party members and loyalists in the state once more. The forum also calls on teaming party members, delegates and supporters to resist all attempts to subvert democratic process and vote for aspirants of their choice.
Mr. Ayat has denied the allegation. He insisted that he has done no wrong.
If the gubernatorial aspirants come out today and say that they are not satisfied, I will ask them, didn't they participate in the meeting and didn't they agree with what we have said? And to avoid anything, let me tell you that we all agree that we will meet again when the committee that started with the national committee comes up. We will meet with all of them so that everybody will be there. If there's any observations, everybody can make his observations so that the committee can take into consideration all the plans. If there are adjustments, the adjustment will be made. After all, we are only preparing ground for the national committee to come and conduct the primaries. We are not going to conduct the primaries ourselves.
In part two, after the break, former chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Nuhu Ribadu, joins the race for the Adamawa State governorship seat on the APC platform. Please stay with us.